live, period. No, I don't need that. Hello. I'm waiting for some more girls in here. Send me a message if you can hear me. Oh my God, yay. Oh my God, hey. Hi, guys. Y'all, this is my first live. I was so nervous. Happy Sunday. Yes. So I wanted this live today because I don't know if you guys see my post. Yes, it is my first live, girl. So bear with me. I don't know if you guys see my post, but some people were sending me messages like, here's your content. Where are your videos? Are you not uploading anymore? And I'm like, what are you talking about? I've been uploading every single Sunday as usual. And I had reached out to some of my other creator friends on YouTube, and they're like, yeah, certain subject matter right now is really being shadow banned. So I wanted to go live and see what you guys' thoughts and opinions were. And of course, to connect with you girls. Say, hey, I think this might be a good way for us to chat. And at the end of the live, well, not at the end, but I'm gonna leave for us to do some Q&A because I know y'all got questions. I know y'all got a lot of questions. You guys hear me okay? Let me know, girl. Okay, perfect, perfect, yay! This is so exciting. So I have talking points just to keep me on track because y'all know I like to talk. But I do have some tea. Y'all know I got some tea. I brewed me some tea today. I have like a peppermint probiotic and a, what else do I have in here? Kombucha green tea. So we gonna be drinking a beverage. You know better. Make sure you have several other outlets. Oh yes, if you guys are new here, which I'm gonna assume that you guys are not new here, I do have a website. It's hotgirlhealthjourney.com. I'll make sure to put all of the information like inside of here somewhere once I figure out how to work this. I do also have Instagram at hotgirlhealthjourney. That is new. And I don't do Facebook. I've been locked out of Facebook forever. Thank you guys so much for those suggestions. But please, if you have not already, I have an email. I actually have an email list going on my website. Please sign up. I do have a newsletter that usually goes out once a month for you guys. But some weird things have been going on with my metrics there as well, because I've been sending out a lot of the letters and a lot of you all are not opening it. So I don't know if it's going to spam or what have you, but yes, ma'am, I do have a website. So please go by the website. It's www.hotgirlhealthjourney.com if you have not already visited. That is my hub. And we will have some updates to it coming soon. I'm gonna be working on a lot of things for you guys because you know I am studying for functional nutrition right now and trying to get my hormone health certification as well, if you didn't know that. So I got a lot going on for you guys. Let's see. Okay. So, like I said, I check my metrics pretty much every day. And I seen like this really sharp decline in my reach. And I don't know if you guys know this or not, but impressions are like how many people see your content on YouTube. I was hitting at like 1.5 million. So we were really out there. It's really amazing to see my reach and see how many women that videos have impacted and how many people have really seen this content. And then all of a sudden, there was just this sharp decline. And I'm like, what the heck is going on? So I thought there were so many things that went through my mind, y'all. Like, I was, okay, I don't know if I did something wrong. And mind you, I've been doing fibroid videos for the past 2 years on YouTube. So I'm pretty new how things work on this platform. And this sharp decline came and I was just like, what the heck is going on? Now, this happened after I put up that video about hysterectomies. And yeah. And some of the videos that I did at the end of the year last year, really talking about the more spiritual stuff and the more of functional approaches to natural healing, that's when I started to see the decline. They were really suppressing those videos. Those videos didn't have as many people as they should have, which I think was the telltale sign. Back then, I wasn't thinking, okay, they're shadow banning me. I've been talking about this stuff for 2 years. But obviously, I'm not going to get into politics, but know that this current administration and lots of different things in terms of like social media have been going on. And I really do believe that that has a lot to do with it. So I'm not going to go into that, but I do believe that that has had some impact on my reach. And it's so deeply disappointing because I really like looking at my plan for this year as far as content goes and as far as things that I wanted to talk about. I take a lot of suggestions from you guys. And I really do. Yeah, it is very sad. I really do listen to you guys as far as what you want to know more about. And it was at that hysterectomy video that it was like, they did not want that information to be circulated. And it is really, really sad because when I did that research, oh, you are so welcome. When I did that research, I knew a lot of those things, but doing that research again and really seeing how women's choices are impacted, I'm gonna do a Q&A a little bit later, babe. But I do use maca, and I will talk about whatever y'all want to talk about. I have a Q&A session for y'all a little bit later, but yes, I do. But as far as the content goes, like relearning some of this information and even some of the newer studies that are coming out about what is happening in health as far as the medical world is concerned, they are starting to do with doctors, which is amazing. But obviously, speaking about this information is not something that YouTube favors, and that is really the part. So I really did want to come on here and talk about that because I know some of you guys did see my post about how they're shadow hard right now, and I do need to think about some alternatives as far as where I can post my videos. Somebody told me something about Substack. Still compiling like a list of places besides Patreon. I know Patreon is one of them. And if you guys do have some suggestions for where I can post at, I know I really do need to try harder to get on Facebook. At this point, I need to just make a new Facebook because like like I said, I'm locked out of Facebook for like forever. And apparently I need to be on the Facebook. But if you have suggestions for platforms that you have used or hey, or that you watch other content creators on besides YouTube, please let me know. I'm about to go hard on Instagram and Threads as well. I am on Threads now. But as far as videos go, we need a new platform, girls, because it's not going to work. This is not going to work. We got a lot of information that needs to be out there. Mighty Net. Okay. Mighty Network. Thank you. Thank you, ma'am. I'm taking notes, child. Y'all gotta help me. Mighty Networks. I think I've heard of that. And the Facebook. I definitely need to do Facebook. TikTok. I'm on TikTok too, but I really don't pay attention to TikTok, and maybe I should. I think that after that whole scare of TikTok is, going to be going away, I was like, why would I put energy? But I don't know if you guys saw what happened, but obviously TikTok is back. It was not actually banned. That was something else. We're not going to get into politics though. Yes, YouTube it's definitely oversaturated, but if I'm being honest with you, the subject matter that I talk about is not saturated. And I've looked at these metrics through different methods to try to see who my competition is, to see others who are talking about this. As far as fibroids themselves go, PCO, yes. Endometriosis, yes, absolutely. But fibroids, And you're right. It is weird when it comes to, hormone health in the Black and brown community especially. And that's the one. Hey, Nova. So I am going to continue to post here, but I've got to figure out these other networks. I've always been thinking of doing a Patreon, but I wasn't sure how I felt about having a paid membership. I like the idea that the education is free and the information is free for you guys, but I did have a couple suggestions for going over to Patreon. How do y'all feel about Patreon? We could Patreon. And in fact, if I did a Patreon, it could be a lot more intentional. Like it could be a totally different vibe, and it could just be more of a, a very intentional by step type of how did I heal type of thing, or whatever you guys want to see. I could definitely do that over there. Yep. That might be a good idea. Yeah, you know what? I don't see any of the sorry about that noise. I really don't see any of the creators that I usually follow talk about hormone health and wellness. I haven't seen any of their videos cross my suggested videos in such a long time. Like I actually go in and search their channel's name and go in and look for their videos. And that's the problem. Because if somebody doesn't know about my channel, then they don't know to go and look for me. And a lot of guys have told me that you are not seeing my uploads either, which is very infuriating, especially for my subbies who have been around for a long time. To see that you guys are not seeing the content is really upsetting, because one of the last videos that I just did about birth control, several of you asked me about making a video like that, and obviously I delivered that as I do for y'all, and then y'all aren't even able to see it. Crazy, crazy, crazy. I'm trying to see. You can create your own. I'm trying to see if I can post something in here. And I don't know how to work this. I wanted to put my website in the chat for you guys. You can go over there and sign up for the newsletter, because that's going to be more important than ever now for me to be able to communicate with you all. Because this is not going to work, especially as I finish and completing my courses and all that stuff. I can't manage this. This is like, it has really been very super frustrating, like, to build a community over 2 years organically, and to see it start to dwindle. And I know that it's not technically dwindling, like nobody's going anywhere, but it's my reach that affects it. And, you know, if you guys don't know that I'm posting, then you're not gonna know to go over and check and see if I have new video or if I have new information out. Yeah, so definitely Patreon might be a good option for us. And I know some people, well, everybody is at different places in their journey, right? Some of us are like super locked in, and first of all, some of us have started this. Some of us are still toying with the idea of natural fibroid healing. Everybody is at a different place in their journey, and I know that some people come on and watch my content and they're not locked in per se. Like, they like the topic, they're at their options, but they're not really sure. And then there are those of us who are like locked in, and I think Patreon would be a great option for those ladies who are like ready to like hit it. You know what I mean? Because there are so many topics I've avoided talking about because I was fearful of this exact problem. And I know that on Patreon, I won't have that type of issue. Thank you so much. Yes, I love that. I want to know that you guys are going to follow me wherever I go. Girl, I am not giving up on this community. We are pushing. I don't care what YouTube decides. We got to keep pushing, because there's so much emerging information. I know it's not a lot of studies and information, but there are some new studies and there's some new information, and we need to know about this stuff. Kajabi. Hold on, let me take notes, and then we're gonna do a little Q&A because I want to answer some questions. So, thank you so much. Oh, Discord. Thank you so much. That's such a beautiful comment. Yeah, I started this channel because I did not channel because that I had the channel already. I started this series of videos because I was not able to find anybody that looked like me either talking about this topic. And once I started exploring the idea of sharing my story with you guys and seeing the response, it has been such a beautiful and amazing experience, and I cannot give up on that. Like, I will not. because I know that we are underrepresented when it comes to this topic. And that's kind of the reason why I shifted my entire, I don't know if you guys know this about me, but I was in the beauty industry. I've been in the beauty industry since I was 18 years old. And through this struggle with fibroids, like it literally, when I tell y'all, it changed my life. It literally changed my life. And so much so that I am now going into this field to be able to really, really push for more research and push for more support in this area for us, because we deserve it and we need it. And I see so much information on other hormonal related issues, and fibroids is one of the number one issues, yet we are not getting the research and the funding and the options that other conditions are getting. And I'm not wanting to be biased, as some of us who suffer from fibroids also suffer from other conditions as well. So I do understand that, you know, I don't want to say like PCOS is getting all of this, you know, screen time and solutions, because they suffer too. They suffer a lot. I think on average to get a PCOS diagnosis, I think it's somewhere like 5 to 7 years, which is insane. So you are so welcome. You are so welcome. The website, because I can't figure out how to put something in the chat. It's hotgirlhealthjourney.com. I don't know. I'm not able to pin to live stream. Ooh. No. That ain't it. This is so funny, y'all. I did so much research before coming on here, and I still don't know what's going on. But all right, let's just look into some questions. Yeah, PCOS is tough. That's a hard one. But the crazy thing is that PCOS is also a condition of inflammation. It's also a condition of, well, it's not a condition of, but it is a condition of inflammation, but it's not a condition of insulin resistance. However, insulin resistance drives a lot of the issues that you see with PCOS. The same for fibroids. And that's the thing that I'm trying to tell y'all. Blood sugar is one of the links that I rarely ever see anybody talk in terms of fibroids. They have now widely publicized that blood sugar is an issue when it comes to PCOS, but when it comes to fibroids, don't nobody want to talk about it. Okay, so how did you feel while the fibroids are shrinking? To be honest with you, when my fibroids were shrinking, I'm not gonna lie, I felt amazing, because as soon as I started to actually touch on some of the problems, I almost immediately started feeling better. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, my heavy periods were reduced. My pain was reduced. And I had a video, see, this is the problem. I had a video that I was gonna upload today about the signs of my fibroid shrinking, so that you guys could see like what the experience was for me. I did not experience any pain outside of the was already feeling. I didn't experience any discharge. I didn't have anything coming out. Somebody asked me, did I have like sharp pains and stuff like that? No, not at all. I didn't feel any of that. I just started to feel better. I had more energy. I had more clarity because I've talked about brain fog a lot on here. My brain fog started going away. In order to be consistent with our food intake, does it have to be consistent on time as well? Okay. So if you are eating for blood sugar management, the time that you eat is kind of important, right? So it doesn't have to be the time every day, no. But things like eating within 90 minutes of waking up, super important. Eating your next meal within 2.5 to 3 hours, super important. I just got a notification. I'm gonna assume somebody found the website. If you're gonna manage your blood sugar, which is something that you absolutely should be doing, if you have fibroids and any hormone imbalance at all, you really should be eating more often. So yes, that is very important. Okay, so you said have fibroids and have been taking herbs and it's moving around my tummy like a softball. Okay, so you know that there are different types of fibroids, right? And in general, a lot of the types of fibroids are within the wall, like the muscle. There's something called a pedunculated fibroid, and that's one that hangs off of a stem. That could be the type of fibroid that you have. So I honestly, for what should you do, you should definitely get an MRI. If you can, get an MRI. If not, get an ultrasound so that they can confirm what type of fibroid because that is possible, yes. Ooh, iron deficiency. Ma'am, that's a good question. Taking a liquid iron supplement is really important. The type of iron that you take is really important, you guys, because those old school iron tablets, first of all, they're terrible for your gut health. If you have gut health issues, which I'm gonna assume most of us do, a liquid vegan iron supplement, there's a few that I have tried in the past that actually really work. Where's my phone at? Tell you right now, hold on for the iron, because I want to say, I don't want to, Flix is the name of it. Iron supplement. Yep. Florida is the name of the iron that I have used forever. There's also one called Blood Builder. That one's good, but I don't know if you can see this, y'all. Can y'all see that? This is the one. That's the girl. This is it right here. This is probably the only iron supplement I've ever taken that actually helped move my iron numbers, because outside of that, nothing was working. Say little to no alcohol to allow the fibroids to shrink. I have been juicing for a while now and now concerned about the sugar content. Okay, so let's talk about the juicing. It's really important for you to have a balanced diet. Blood sugar is really important. There is sugar inside of fruit, so you have to be mindful. There are so many different fasts and detoxes and all this stuff out there that I tried myself, and it just doesn't work because it's not balanced and it's also not sustainable. So you really need to pay attention to your blood sugar. Mama, all of that sugar is not great for you. You need to really look into having a balanced amount of protein, fat, and fiber. That's the most important thing for your hormone health, point blank, period. Okay, so juicing can be wonderful if it's mostly green juice and it's low in sugar and you're using things like, or, you know, something lower glycemic, or berries, something like that. But relying on juicing to help you shrink fibroids is, in my opinion, not the greatest strategy because it's not great for blood sugar. What are the signs of shrinking fibroids? I was just talking about this. I hope that answered your questions. How do you incorporate maca root into your daily routine? I've read that it can be a phytoestrogen. Okay, so I have a lot of information about maca, and there are varying opinions. But me personally, I will not go without maca. Maca was one of the first supplements that I tried that actually to help me along with my happy flow. I will not, I repeat, go without maca root. It does help to balance hormones. It is also an adaptant. So it works with your body to help to balance your hormones. The information that I read about it being acting as a phytoestrogen, if you low estrogen, it's going to help your body to balance the estrogen. The same issue, if you have high estrogen, it's going to help to balance. So it helps to balance your hormones. And it being an adaptogen is really important for you to know because it works with where your body is at. That's another reason why I really like things like ashwagandha and maca root. And just to answer your question, I take it every morning. I take my maca on an empty stomach, and I don't overdo it. That's another thing. I wish I had them next to me, but I don't overdo it. So say, for example, if the recommended daily dose is 500 milligrams, I probably take 250, 300, something like that. Okay, so OMAD isn't recommended. I tried that way early in the beginning of my fibroid journey. And honestly, the best thing that I could have ever done was eating for blood sugar management. I've tried so many different things, and that consistently has been the thing that has helped me to manage and get these fibroids under control. I'm never going to do anything else. Also, because I don't feel like it's sustainable. I feel like the paleo that I've been doing, paleo and eating for blood sugar management together are super sustainable, and I can see myself doing that for years to come. Whereas some of those diets like OMAD, they're protocols for a short period of time. They're not meant for long-term use. So have you ever heard of tried systemic enzymes? Okay, yes, I have. One of those enzymes starts with an S. I'm blanking out. I'm gonna think it. And I actually have tried it, and I didn't see that much of a difference. What is it called? I'm gonna think of it, and I'm gonna come back. But yes, none of that has worked for me. Okay, yours is outside of the uterus. Yeah. Even if they're outside of the uterus, they still have a source. So they still have a source, still have the same characteristics as far as what drives them to grow. The inflammation, the blood sugar management, hormone balance, estrogen dominance. Regardless of where they are in your uterus, they all have the same source. So it's not like if they're inside or outside, they are caused by different things. I have an MRI. They told me that my fibroids are degenerated. Period. Congratulations. When did you get that MRI? I want to know because you've been following me for a long time. Yours are submucosal, yeah. I had submucosal, intramural. Can I write the name of the liquid iron? I I don't think I could write anything. I'm gonna figure it out and I will put it in here for you. What supplements do I suggest? Okay, so obviously I do suggest for you guys to be using a hormone balancing supplement. There are some out there. It's up to your discretion to figure out which one you like and which one you want to use. Y'all already know what I use. I use My Happy Flow. I've been using that, and that's just what I like and what I use, mostly because she has combined so many things in there that I think that we would need to be taking separately, and it's already in one supplement, you know, and also DIM in it and I3C. And that was at the time one of the only supplements that I seen that contained those two things together. I also recommend maca. I do take maca. There is, again, like I said, there's some mixed feelings about maca in this community, but I myself, I stand on maca root. I'm never not gonna use it. EGCG is another thing that I use that I swear by. It is very important that you do not overuse EGCG. You want to stay well within the recommended daily allowance. I think it's like 500 milligrams. It is good for so many different things in your body, and it is, I can't even express how amazing and essential green tea and green tea extract has been in this journey, especially for inflammation. So I do recommend that. Obviously D3, got to be taking D3, and you got to be taking D3 with K2. And let me show you guys something. Hold on one second, because I want to show y'all. I ordered the one from Dr. Berg, and I want to show you. Okay, y'all, I'm sorry. I had to go up because I'm not as familiar with this supplement as all the other ones. So I just started taking this D3 plus K2. I really do love some of the other ones that I have used in the past, and I stand by them. However, as many supplements as I take, I need to start combining things. The easier that it can get for me, the better, because you know, when you take a lot of supplements, if you could combine two things that you have to take anyway, that's best. This is the Dr. Berg one. And what I love about this one is that he does two different dosages of it, and they're both high. This one is a 5,000 IU, and it's 5,000 IU in one capsule. So that means two capsules is 10,000 IUs. He does have a 10,000 IU version of this, and it's one capsule, it's 10,000. Amazing. And it has the K2 in it. I'm like more than halfway through, and I usually try to wait to tell you guys using something, but this has been really amazing. So I just wanted to mention for you. Oh, and another supplement that has been really great for blood sugar is berberine. Really amazing for blood sugar, for inflammation. So I just wanted to put that out there as well. What curbs cravings and feeling hungry all the time? Girl, blood sugar. Blood sugar management, that is what is going to help you curb cravings. Eating meals with protein, fat, and fiber in them, that is what's going to help you, because your cravings are coming from hormonal imbalances like cortisol and things of that nature. When you eat balanced protein, fat, and fiber, this satiates your body. It holds you for longer because of the protein. And eating more often Eating more often is really important. That is like really important. I also do snack. Eat some snacks, y'all. Eat some snacks. Healthy snacks, but eat snacks. Like I eat 4 or 5 times a day, not all meals. I'm doing snacks, but your blood sugar is the culprit. That's what's happening. Okay, glucose monitor. Ooh, those continuous glucose monitors are amazing for doing exactly what they are for. They're for monitoring your blood sugar. So if you want to see what's spiking your blood sugar, if you want to see what your blood sugar trends are, it's really important for you to get one of those. Is it going to help you to diagnose something like insulin resistance, things of that nature? No. You need certain blood tests. You need the fasting glucose and fasting insulin tests to confirm whether insulin resistance for that. But the glucose monitors, they're really cool. It's actually awesome to see how your body is reacting to certain foods. Like, for example, if you banana versus if you ate a banana with some flax seeds and some peanut butter, it would change how your body processes the sugar in it. It's really, really cool. And because blood sugar is such an important piece, I had one and I recommend it. There's a company that wants to work with me as far as those go. And I think that I could do a video for you all. Serapeptase. I'm so late. Yes, thank you so much. I did do 2 bottles of serapeptase and it did not show any more results than anything else that I was doing. And I know that there's been a lot of buzz about serapeptase, and I'm not going to go on about it right now, but how it works, there's no way that it could selectively dissolve fibroids and not the rest of your uterus, because the fibroids are made out of the same thing as your uterus is made out of. So I don't really want to go into all of it. Yes, I did try it. No, I did not get the results that I thought I was going to get. Castor oil packs, phenomenal. Did they help me shrink my fibroids? I don't think that they helped me shrink my fibroids, but me with symptoms, absolutely they did. Absolutely. As far as pain goes, I know that internally it's doing something for liver detoxification, which is indirectly something that we want to address when you have fibroids and hormone imbalance. But I don't know if I can say, oh yeah, I saw that my fibroids shrank after I castor oil packs. No, but I do think that they are helpful. Yes, definitely D3. Absolutely. And D3 and K2 are essential to take together. If you also want to make that even, then you would add magnesium into that mix, because the K2 helps with the D3 absorption. It's really, really important, especially when you're taking high doses of D3, that you have the cofactors like K2 to help with absorption. Really, 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 really important. Because there's a condition called hypercalcemia that you can get. That's awesome that you're using the Dr. Burb. Girl, doing me pretty good. And also, when you start taking D3 with K2, you'll notice your energy levels are going to be a lot higher. I have this one first time. I usually get Sports Nutrition brand. Yeah, I love Sports Nutrition. Sports Nutrition K2 is really amazing as well. They have a mixed D3 and K2, but I like to look at things like how many capsules am I getting per dollar. Girl, when you buy a lot of supplements, I need to look at the value. And the only thing about Sports Nutrition one is that this is a better value, hands down. So you started following in March and started changing your lifestyle in April. Yeah. It was very hard because it involved so many changes, but it's worth it. Oh, period. Fibroid shrinking 1 to 2 centimeters. I love that for you. I'm trying to tell you guys, it's possible. Like, we just have to address a lot of things that are difficult. And that's where the problem is like, you want to shrink the fibroids, but the amount of work and dedication that it takes is hard. However, when you learn your body this way, you know this information forever. This helps you to not only manage your hormones, but to get to know your body in a deeper way you would have not done if you had just done surgery itself and not gotten to know what things are triggering your body and what things are affecting your hormone health. So that's another reason why I push for natural healing, because going on this journey is like a deep initiation into learning how your body works. There's no cheating it, and that's another thing. You have to do the things, and you have to be consistent. My happy flow. Ooh, girl, it's never far. It's never far. I'm just finished this one this morning. This is my happy flow. And most of my girls already know about this. This is a hormone support vitamin. This, you can purchase it at myhappyflow.com, myhappyflow.co. And you can use code GLAMPREZY for 15% off your first purchase, I believe. But what this is a women's hormone health supplement. This has all of the essential things that we need in it to help manage and balance hormones. So if that's what you were wondering, she did formulate this with fibroids and heavy periods in mind. And that's why I go so hard for it, because it's one of the only supplements that I've ever seen, supplements, not herbs, but one of the only supplements that I've ever seen that actually were made with us in mind. And so this is my girl. It has so many great things in there. Over on their website, they'll break it all down for you, because I don't want to make this live about that. Can you please do a video of how and ways we can connect with our bodies, like meditation? Absolutely. I have done 1 or 2 and they do not do well. That doesn't mean that I won't do it. Maybe also I can make shorts and stuff like that to make it easier for you guys. But that EFT tapping, please try it. I have a video up already, EFT tapping. It is good for stress relief. It is good for negative mental cycles. It's good for meditation. It's good for manifesting. It's good for emotional purging. It's good for trauma. It's good for anxiety. It's good for stress. I already said that. It's good for depression. Like, there are actual studies that say that EFT tapping is a useful tool for those things. I have incorporated tapping, I want to say like 3 years now. And it's in that video, the first time I did tapping, I just started bawling, just a complete emotional purge. And I think it's very important that we find ways to tap into that, because without making this whole live about this, we know that emotional holding trauma And stress, pain, like emotional pain, grows our fibroids. Like trauma especially is a major, major, major point in developing issues. Okay, so that's why, another reason why going on this natural journey is going to help you, because it's going to help you to get in tune with your body. And unfortunately and fortunately, it is difficult to kind of face some of our traumas, but when you break through that, your body releases stored trauma and you can really then begin to start healing. And again, I've said this in so many videos. I went into the journey thinking it was all about the food and all about the going on walks and going to the gym. And I thought it was going to be a cute, I don't know what, I thought it was going to be like, oh, I'm getting my life together and I'm being healthy now. Not exactly. It was such a deep, deep connection with myself that happened that I never even thought was going to result from changing my diet or getting more movement. Like, y'all, I really went through an emotional and spiritual purge when I started this journey. It literally has changed me from the inside out. And so if you think that changing your diet and starting to do more fitness and managing your stress and things of that nature is just about health, no, just about that. It is about your entire wellness. And it starts to trigger that. It's like this domino effect. You do one good thing and all of the like, whoosh, you know? So I really, really highly recommend guys taking a deep dive, but please try EFT tapping. Carnivore diet, I tried it. I prefer paleo over carnivore because I like with that blood sugar piece, the fiber and the protein, fat, and the fiber is really, and I find that with these diets that are more meat-based, there's not enough emphasis on the greens. There's not enough emphasis on the fiber for me personally. However, I talked to hundreds of women on this platform who have testified that when they went carnivore, their fibroids immediately began to shrink and their symptoms started to be reduced. And there's something to say about that, because a lot of people, y'all know, a lot of people like to argue me about eating meat. I'm trying to tell you, it's the source of the meat. It's the quality of the meat if you so choose to do it. And paleo has absolutely been game-changing for this journey, because I've tried so many things. The only thing to me that compares to paleo is the Mediterranean diet. And if you guys don't want to eat red meat, I highly recommend the Mediterranean diet. And the point of them all, the thing that connects them all together, is the fact they are quite anti-inflammatory diets. Drinking room temperature water, eating my apple, and getting this knowledge information. yes, for the room temperature water, because I cannot drink cold water. It shocks my system like nothing ever. Yes, it is really sad to see. You are welcome to this live, of course. Y'all think I be lying. I love y'all. Does the meat necessarily need clean, like grass-fed, wild caught? Yeah, it does. I know it's expensive, y'all. It is so expensive, and it's a little bit inconvenient, but you find your sources for your meat. and for your produce for that matter. Once you find your sources and you find out, okay, this place has a good price, or sometimes you gotta shop around. In this climate right now, girl, I went to the grocery store and bought the same eggs that I've been buying forever. And they were, I wanna say like $1 more. That's not gonna work. But now I'm used to it and I can never go back to regular eggs. I absolutely will never do it. And as far as grass-fed and finished, for that matter, it's really important because a lot of these corporate farms, it's different if you live in it actually doesn't do corporate farming. So I know a lot of you, I have lots of followers that live all over the world. Y'all's food is not as contaminated as the food here in the US. They are feeding these cows corn and worse. Okay, so grass-fed, really important because that's what cows eat. Cows get infections when they start eating things they don't eat because the digestive system is not able to process that. So they think, oh, let's just give them some medicine to help that. Yeah, so it is very important. Wild caught, very important because as bad as the corporate farms are for meat, if you see how some of these farmed fish, it's disgusting. It's absolutely disgusting. And they are also feeding the fish corn because corn is cheap. So it's really, really important, you guys, that you really pay attention to the sources of your protein. Allergy and food sensitivity test because food causes, absolutely, boom. I found out that I had a ton of food sensitivity and some allergies that led to unknown inflammation. Yes, absolutely. I agree with you. I agree with you 1,000%. A lot of people have argued with me about the rice part. I told you guys I don't eat rice really anymore. And I discovered that rice was causing my body inflammation years ago. This was way before my fibroid journey really even commenced. I just noticed every time I eat rice, my body just is moving slower. I mean, my digestive system, everything just does not feel right. And so I found out that yes, my body just doesn't like rice. Because I am gluten-free for the most part, it is hard sometimes to find things, especially like noodles that do not contain like rice flour. Thank God that being gluten-free is a thing now, because when I started this, it was not a thing. Have I tried wild rice? Yes, I have tried wild rice. And it actually does better. I'm not gonna lie. I haven't eaten wild rice that often. Just recently bought it over Thanksgiving and I actually made some wild rice for my Thanksgiving dinner. And my body was so much better, y'all, like really, really a lot better. Keto noodles, yep, I've tried those because I was keto for many years. Are those the konjac? Is that how you pronounce it? Konjac? I've also adopted sweet potato noodles. Konjac, thank you. Sweet potatoes have been everything. Everything. I wish I had a pack in there right now. I would go get them, but I ate them all. But I think they're Korean, if I'm not mistaken, and I do actually find them in my regular grocery store here. But if you want to try them out, you should definitely try your Asian market. Everything. They are so, so, so good. So good. Halal meat, phenomenal. Phenomenal. Yes. If you are in a larger city and you have a halal butcher or a halal shop, I highly recommend it. Their standards are completely different. The way that they treat the meat, the way that they kill the animal, ethically slaughter, all of those things are so super important. That's one of the best hacks you could ever think of. Yes, absolutely, ma'am. Oh, black rice. Oh, okay, black rice. So I spent the last 9 years or so living in South Florida, and shout out to my Haitian friends because the black rice, The black rice definitely did me a lot better than any other rice, but I still just, I'm so used to not eating rice that I don't miss it. But if I needed an alternative, I would absolutely do wild black rice. And they also have more fiber. Yes. Yeah. And I do feel like living by the water was absolutely for me. So I do miss living in South Florida. I'm trying to answer any of y'all questions. Child, we just been freestyling. I had some talking points. Let me see something. I will, for any of the things that we mentioned, I will make sure to put in the description or the comments after this video is uploaded. I don't want this video super long though, because we're already at an hour and 3 minutes. Do we have any more questions? I would here with y'all all day if I could. Y'all want to keep going? Let me know. Oh, wow. Oh God, do you know they just held your comment for review? It says, do you have any suggestions for female libido and achieving orgasm? I think it's because you said orgasm. Maca root. Maca root. That's what I'm gonna say. Give it a try. He can try it too. It's good for men as well. Which is better, dandelion or milk thistle? Ooh. Dandelion is bitter. Not better, it's bitter. I use them both. And in fact, I use them interchangeably in a lot of the the teas and the blends that I use, especially like the liver blends that I use, will have them both in there. So I don't know that one is better than the other per se. They're both phenomenal for liver detoxification, which is super, super important for estrogen dominance, which most of us suffer from if we have fibroids. Oh yes, Dim is that girl. Calcium D-glucarate. I don't know if you guys are looking for, as a matter of fact, so calcium D-glucarate is in that category of liver detoxification, like something natural like milk thistle and dandelion. It does help with, I want to say it's phase 2 detoxification. Y'all finna test me on my knowledge. There are 2 different phases of liver detoxification in the body, and DIM helps with one, and I think calcium D-glucarate helps with the other one. Hold on one second, you all. Wow, oops, I just turned that on. Give me 1 second, y'all. I'm getting a really super important call from my mama. Give me like 2 seconds. Sorry about that, y'all. So my mom, just quick story, my mom had a hysterectomy some years ago. And just like I said in that video that keeps suppressing, there are side effects that happen to you that they don't talk about. So she's now experiencing high blood pressure. Her blood pressure is through the roof, which she's never had an issue with, nor is that something that runs in our family. She's also experiencing blood sugar issues. And all of that is a known side effect to having a hysterectomy because of the loss of estrogen. And so she's been trying to update me on what's going on because her doctor wants her on blood pressure meds, but she's avid on doing natural remedies as she should. So she's been asking me like 3,000 a day. Okay, all right. So I'm not sure I heard the answer to for how much vitamin D3 should we take? You know, I really cannot answer that definitively, but I can tell you, me personally, I, especially in the beginning of this journey, was taking somewhere between 5 and 10 IUs a day of D3. There's so much mixed information about the intake of D3, but it is known to be safe for us to take upwards of 10,000 IUs a day. It may even be safe for us to take beyond that, but obviously I can't really advise you to do anything. However, I can say that I used to faithfully take anywhere 5 and 10. I had a liquid D3, which I really love, and that was 10,000 IUs per drop. And that helped get me here. So, yes. Ooh, we got some more questions. Okay, so sourdough bread. I'm late, sorry. Sourdough bread, y'all know I don't really eat bread like that. I eat the Ezekiel bread. And when I do, like say for example, I go to a place and I'm feeding for bread, have any other type of bread, sourdough bread is amazing. Because of the process of that, you probably already know this. This is probably why you ask about it. Because of the process and the fermentation process of yeast and the dough and the blah, 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 it helps to reduce the amount of gluten in the bread. I want to say it reduces it by like 20 or 30%. So yes, I have eaten sourdough bread, and it's a great alternative for you, an alternative to regular bread. Vitex and me have a mixed relationship. Me and Vitex, I don't love Vitex at every phase of my cycle. I like Vitex in the luteal phase. That week before my period is when I will take Vitex. I will not take Vitex any other time. I feel like when I take Vitex, it makes me highly emotional and kind of nuts. I'm not gonna lie. It's great progesterone support in your luteal phase. Vitex and me, like, I have tried it and I will continue to like it in my life for that phase. But it took me a long time to realize, oh, okay, so this is not great for me throughout my cycle. This is best during a certain part of my cycle. Does ovarian cyst consist of the same natural healing? I haven't done extensive research on ovarian cysts, but inflammation and blood sugar is really key. It has to do with ovarian cysts, that I do know. So yes, some of the same things that you are doing, and estrogen dominance. So just about, now that I think about like linking all of the things that I do know about ovarian cyst, yeah. Can 8 to 13 centimeters shrink, or is surgery the only way? My largest one was a little over 7. And so obviously I cannot personally speak to that. However, I have absolutely chatted with women over 2 years that have had large fibroids in that range, who have been able to affect the size of their fibroids. Yes. It's a tough thing to answer because obviously everybody's fibroids are different, but what I is that go on at least like try to give yourself 90 days to make alterations to your diet and your lifestyle. And if you can make some adjustments and make some change in that 90 days, then maybe keep going. But try. You're not gonna know unless you try. You know what I mean? And two, some of the ladies have said my fibroids are just too big. I don't have the time. I don't have the patience. I'm in pain and the other. And if you don't have it within you, have the surgery. You know, who am I to tell you don't have surgery? But use that as a blank slate for you to start doing the things that you need to do immediately. Like, don't just be like, oh, I'm gonna have the surgery and just have it and don't do and not make any adjustments to your lifestyle. You know what I mean? But in my opinion, I would always, no matter what's going on, I would always opt to try something now first, be consistent, and really try to figure out what's triggering them and try to figure out what's going on in my body before I ever resorted to surgery. Surgery to me is the last resort. So I would say try first. Vitex made me gain weight. I think there's something with Vitex. Yeah, Vitex, you know, I don't know. Everybody kept saying as soon as I told people about, you know, the fact that I have fibroids, they were like, try Vitex, try Vitex. Me and Vitex have a sorted test. Oh my God, thank you so much. I'm so glad that I'm opening your eyes to the, yes, girl, I have done the deepest of dives. I've really gone there when it comes to information for us. And some of the information took me a lot. It took me a lot to find out. And so I had to share it. I know I'm going to share. Absolutely. You are so, so very welcome. 200 milligrams of DIM. How many milligrams of DIM do I take? Well, there's DIM in this, and there is, I'm trying to think. I have a separate DIM supplement that I sometimes take. And I actually take that supplement only certain parts of my cycle as well. I take it during my, what am I in right now? Ovulation, ovulatory phase, most certainly, because I feel like DIM is great estrogen support. And for those of us who have suffered with estrogen dominance, those times in your cycle that we tend to have the most estrogen, that's when I think things like DIM are really important to take. As far as the milligram dosage, I don't know that I actually can. I would get up again, but I don't want to keep running to the doggone thing to get supplements, but I think that's fine. I think it is, but I don't know. I'm sorry. You love my mama? I love my mama too. My mom is crazy, y'all. I wish she was here because I would really love to interview her on her experience with her hysterectomy and like what she feels has gone on in her body since her hysterectomy. She's a character. That's where I get it from. Yes, please do. Yes, I will save this live. I will absolutely save it. It'll be on my channel as a regular video, so you'll be able to. And that's why I'm saying anything that you guys are asking me that I don't know directly right now, I will definitely put in the comments of the video or in the description bar. And y'all make sure y'all checking that description bar, y'all, because there's so much information that I put in the description bar, including articles and some of the sources for the things that I'm talking about in every single video. Actually, I have an enlarged uterine fibroid between 12 and 10. They suggest surgery, but I'm not sure. I don't want to compromise. Yeah. Yeah. Oh man. Even like thinking about compromising the uterus, it kind of gives me a little. So I will say this. So on the hopeful side, there are plenty of women who have had fibroids, who had fibroid surgery, and still successfully had children. However, speaking from a person who has still not had kids, I don't have kids, y'all, if you didn't know that. You don't have to compromise your uterus, don't. You know what I mean? Like, if you don't have to, don't, obviously. And so, speaking from this side where I've done the surgery and I've also done it the natural way, I really wish that I had tried to go the natural route first. So I really do highly suggest for you to lean heavily, heavily, heavily into your diet and your stress management and your blood sugar management and inflammation reduction and being your body and things of that nature. Really, really figure out what's triggering your fibroids and try to do your best omit those triggers or control those things before you do surgery. Oh my God, inositol. In the beginning of this journey, I was taking myo-inositol. Let me tell you something. If you are looking to be fertile, inositol, amazing. Amazing. And also this right here, if y'all trying to have kids, this and myo-inositol for having a baby in it, yeah. And maca root. It'll make you very fertile. So just watch out. And inositol also is great for blood sugar management. So I'm now using berberine for my blood sugar management supplement, but myo-inositol is really great as well. And I like Wholesome Story brand inositol. Dim and calcium D-rate make you feel normal. Yeah. I can't even imagine life without either of those at this point. In what cycle phase should we consider eating meat? Okay. So for me, in the luteal phase, I like to have less meat, more greens, more fruits and veggies. That's really important for me. By the time that I'm ovulating, my body is like, where's the meat? Where is the meat? So my body, I wean off a little bit in that luteal phase. So that week before the period is one of the times where I'll come off meat a little bit. Another really important thing in luteal phase is carbohydrates. Super important during that phase, really important body. So I would say all the other phases of my period, I'm fine with the meat. Luteal phase, I'm easing up off the meat. I notice that my body really craves fruits and vegetables hard when I'm in my luteal phase. But listen to your body. I mean, listen to see what your body is craving for. Will I be making a video on my surgery? Yeah, absolutely. I've been supposed to make a video about my surgery. Actually, I recorded a video about my surgery twice now, and something happened both times that I recorded it. Either I had technical difficulties or something happened, and I was thinking to myself, what does this mean? But yes, absolutely, I will make a surgery story video because it was very eventful. Child, it was very eventful. Yeah. If you have any particular questions about it, please ask. Dairy-free, gluten-free, carb-free for like 15 years. Now 43, estrogen dominant. Be something in your diet that you need to include more of. Maybe more anti-inflammatory foods. It's a crazy thing because sometimes, you know, all of us are different. Our body is needing versus what we've been doing could be two different things, right? So you may need some more support in liver detoxification. So to me, that sounds like, hey, you probably need more cruciferous vegetables. That's just me looking at it. That's crazy to see so many people also having like Vitex adversities. Does high cortisol affect estrogen levels? It's important for you to understand that all of your hormones are interconnected, all of them. So yes, cortisol is your stress hormone. And if your body is in stress, it's in fight or flight mode, and that absolutely affects your estrogen and progesterone and testosterone and every single hormonal process that you have in your body. Yes, absolutely. Yep, cortisol is, woo. That's why I say that, that's not why I say it only, but it is one of the reasons why I say that stress management is so super important. So, y'all. It's so underrated, and people don't understand that when your body is in a high stress mode, it can't function naturally. It can't function, it can't heal. That's crazy to think that if we are in a stressful state to think that we can heal. That don't make no sense. Like, we have to give our body a healing environment, okay? And we got to put ourselves in a healing mode in order to heal. If your cortisol is through the roof, that means that hormone tell your body what to do, okay? Your hormones are like messengers to the body. So if your cortisol is high, it's telling your body, we're in fight or flight mode constantly. So you got to come up out of there in order to have your normal processes function as normal, if that makes sense. So yeah, absolutely. Omega is super important. Omega 3, 6, and 9. Super important for inflammation and all other things. Yes. You're estrogen dominant at 43 because you never gave birth. What? These doctors be saying anything, bruh. There are women that gave birth estrogen dominant as well. Like, what are we saying here? These doctors be saying anything. Controlling your bleeding. Yeah, controlling the bleeding is really super important. I'm about to get up and jump and grab a flow stopper. I don't know if you guys have tried flow or not. I talk about this a lot. And it is shepherd's purse herb. And I think it has yarrow in it as well, witch hazel, and for the liver. I'm going to go get it. But it is phenomenal for helping you to manage heavier flows. Obviously, that is more of a temporary relief for heavy periods, and you really need to be looking at your diet. You really need to be exercising. And you really need to be looking at reducing inflammation in your body as well, and hormone balance. Because when you are bleeding heavy, you have a hormone imbalance. And generally that is estrogen dominance. So you have to do everything you can to help your body to detoxify that excess estrogen. That includes, you know, eating more cruciferous vegetables that will help to detoxify. Some of the girls have said great suggestions. Milk thistle, dandelion root, dim, calcium D-glucarate, C, um, all types of the kale. Girl, there are so many different things that your body probably needs right now to help you to manage those heavy periods. They have a source, you know, and even if you are estrogen dominant, if I'm being honest, there's a reason why you're estrogen dominant too. So the estrogen dominance isn't in itself a root cause, but it's something that you can pinpoint to help you manage your heavy bleeding. Because when you go to the doctor, they're just going to give you medication. They're going to give you something that is going to probably put your body into further hormonal discord. Look at your diet, look at your lifestyle, look at your stress, look at your stress. Stress causes inflammation. That's super important. And what you're eating and doing leading up to your period is generally going to determine what that period is going to look like for you. Yeah, the doctors are crazy. The IUD. Ooh, I sure did. I just did it. Oh, that's that video. Child, that video ain't got no views. That's crazy. It does have views, but compared to my regular views, it's not looking good for me right now. And they do not want to talk about birth control. It is very clear because every video that I've done on birth control does not do well. So I had the IUD for years. They gave me the IUD because I was having problems with heavy bleeding for years, and I was highly, highly anemic. I've shared this with you guys. I was so like almost dying anemic. And they were like, oh no, we got to do something to help you stop the heavy bleeding. Of course, I'm going to address my diet and stress and all those things. So naturally, they gave me birth control. So I'm thinking, okay, the IUD is helping me because I'm not having periods. I'm not ovulating, which is what birth control does, right? And so I was on it, and you know, it lasts about 4 years. I went through 2 cycles of this on the IUD, a long time, okay? Mirena. And I found out I had fibroids the first time because I was going to get my IUD changed out. And that's a crazy story in itself. How about I didn't have insurance at the time because I had started my business, and at that time, I don't know if we had Marketplace, I don't know, but I didn't have insurance. So it was cheaper for me to fly to Chicago, back home where I'm from Florida, where I lived, to go to a doctor and get the IUD replaced, right? So I go to Chicago to get this IUD replaced. I'm laying on the table for them to change the IUD out. And I can't find it. She said, I can't find it. And I was like, what do you mean you can't find it? I'm like, the doctor, like, what do you mean? Like, where is it? Like, is it in there? What the hell? So she gets another doctor. They're in there trying to figure out what is the IUD. She was like, we can't do anything with this. You're going to have an ultrasound assisted removal. Even in all of that, even within all of that, them digging and going all up through there, they still didn't tell me nothing about fibroids, right? So I'm livid because I've flown to Chicago. Thank God I was staying with my best friend. I've flown to Chicago to get this stupid thing replaced. And I'm like, oh my God, okay. So I get home to Florida, make an appointment immediately at this clinic. Goes in there immediately. She was like, honey, you got fibroids. And I was like, I remember I sat up at the table and I was like, what? Like, what are you? I'm just trying to get the IUD replaced. And she's like, no, you have fibroids. And I was like, oh my God. I have no insurance. I'm just trying to get my birth control replaced. So I go and take this recommendation to go to this OB's office. I hated them. They were not great at all. And at the time, I had my eyebrow salon. So one of my clients was an OB. I messaged her. I was like, hey, can I come see you? Her office, ironically enough, was one of the highest rated in Fort Lauderdale at the time. So I was like, okay, let me go see her. And they were like, yeah, you got fibroids and you need to get them removed. And I was like, okay, like I didn't know what size they were. I didn't know nothing. I didn't know anything, you guys. She's like, you got to get them removed. And I was like, okay, so what's that surgery like? What is it like? And she started this conversation with me. She was like, listen, you're 30 some odd years old. Do you want to have kids? And I was like, I'm not in a relationship right now. I don't know. Well, I was in a relationship, but I wasn't married. So I'm like, I don't really know if I want to have kids. She was like, listen, if you don't know if you want to have kids or not, you don't know what's on them, maybe you should just get a hysterectomy. I was so shocked at this point because y'all, my mind was still at IUD. So it was such an awful experience. And what had to happen was I ended up finding a surgeon who was really kind, and he was a guy, which I usually don't do doctors, but he was a guy. He explained everything. He made me feel at ease. He really did not answer any of the questions that needed to be answered. Now, me knowing that's going on, I didn't get half the information right. So I ended up scheduling the laparoscopic myomectomy, where they make and I don't know if you guys have seen this. I have a scar. I have 3 scars from this laparoscopic. This scar is the only one that didn't do me well. I mean, didn't bad. But they go in with this little cannula thing in these 3 areas, and then I have like a lip size scar in the bikini line. And they removed the IUD during surgery. Okay, so that was my IUD experience. A bit traumatic. Yeah, a bit traumatic, but yeah, I'm getting it again. And it was hormonal. I didn't have the copper one. The copper one I heard makes you bleed more. Yeah. The copper one that I heard that it makes your periods heavier. I had Mirena, which was the is it progestin? I think it is. Girl, a mess. So yeah. TC, what's your questions, babe? Oh my God. Is this you again? No. Now I have boob pain if I don't take my damn. That's crazy. They hid your comment, by the way. I guess anytime you say certain things, they hide it. Aww. I'm so glad that I've been a source of encouragement for you, girl. I really, honestly, I just wanted us to have a community and a space to be with one another and know that in this alone. We are not in this alone at all. We aren't. They're holding comments. Yeah, maca does make you a little nuts. Maca, yes, yes. Maca root will have you on the verge, sweetheart. I've been taking it for so long that I think I'm used to it now, though. I wanted to show you all one thing before I get up off of here. Let me go grab it really quick because I remember we were talking about heavy bleeding. Hold on. Okay, I'm back, y'all. I just came from Panama for a week. So all of my supplements still kind of packed up. Look at this. These are all of my Wish Garden herbs tinctures. So I wanted to show you all the flow stopper because I don't play. I'm serious. This is stopper from Wish Garden herbs. I won't concentrate on it. But what's in here? Okay, yes. So shepherd's purse, witch hazel, cinnamon bayberry root. This right here, I promise you, I just don't know what they got going on over there at Wish Garden. This is it though. This right here, if you are bleeding heavy and you know you have heavy periods, if you start taking this like 24 hours out in front of your period and before your period starts, I promise you, this will help to slow your period down. I really don't suffer from super heavy periods anymore, but I think I have PTSD and I still keep it around. Also, my birthday just passed on January 26th, and my period had the nerve to enter the chat during my birthday. So I was with me to make sure that I was able to have a very manageable period because there was a lot of bikinis involved. And it did absolutely what it did. It stopped that bad boy in his tracks. I was on my period for 3 days and it was super easy. So I want to say this right now. If you ever hear me say that I take something, I stand by that thing. I take it. I will never, ever, ever, ever come on here and say that I take something just to it, okay? I stand by the things that I tell you all. Please try this. If you have heavy periods, please try it. I will link it. It's linked on several of my videos on my YouTube channel, but this is the truth. Yes, 3 days. Girl, I used to bleed for 7 whole days. 7 whole days, okay? What was not beneficial? Flow stopper dangerous? No, it's not dangerous. There's nothing in here that is dangerous. Herb that is responsible for the slowing of your period is shepherd's purse herb. Look it up. It is hundreds of years old, and women use shepherd's purse for heavy periods. So it's not birth control or any of the other dangerous things that we've been taught to use. I only need one what, babe? Yes, I'm so glad, and I hope that this is helping you. Please use it. Yeah. So how this works is, this is the large one. Generally, if you get a smaller one, it'll come in a thing like this. Would do 8 pumps of this into some water. But if you have the large one, then you do 30 mils, which is right here, 30 mil into some water. And yes, it's liquid. It's liquid. You see? Okay, if you are bleeding heavy, if you're a heavy bleeder on your period, you can take, I've never actually taken it every hour, but I have set my timer to take it like every 3 hours or every 4 hours. Yes, it absolutely will help you. I've taken it every single hour and it still helped me. But if you are like you're flooding, you might need to take it. You can take it up to every hour, if that makes sense. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so My Happy Flow not shipping to the UK. I was on a call with the owner a week ago and I asked her, for you. I take note, ask me questions about things that I don't know about these supplements. And I asked her why she cannot ship to the UK. And the UK does not, there's something with DIM and the UK. They do not sell DIM at all. So she's unable to sell it over there. And in fact, in order for her to sell it over there, she would have to change the formulation. So you got to look at your laws and figure out why the UK does not want women to take DIM. I'm not really sure what's going on with that. I'm sorry, because there's like literally nothing that I found that can substitute that besides taking all of these things separately, which is very, that's possible. I hate for you to have to do that, but yeah. Yes, for 24 hours. The first day, and then sometimes I would take it the second day if I need to, but it says take 3, I said 30, no, 3 ml in water for taste, repeat every hour until symptoms subside for up to 1 day. Yes. So the herbs that the herbs that I didn't like, I am still gonna do for that. I don't know if I'm gonna do a shorts video or not, but as I've mentioned, Vitex is one of them. Vitex is absolutely one of them. Okay. Another one, and I really like, I hate to say this because it may work for somebody else, but what is it? Dog's blood herb. I searched high and low for that. And I only was able to find it because one of my friends is Jamaican and he was able to get somebody to get it for me, and it did not do what I thought it was going to do. That dog's blood herb. I have a list of herbs that just did not do it for me. And yes, I will do a video for you guys on that. Yeah, see, DIM. Yeah. You know what you can use instead? DIM is calcium D-glucarate. See if they allow you guys to purchase calcium D-glucarate instead of DIM in the UK. Yes, absolutely. You are so welcome. Red raspberry, that's one of them. If y'all mention it, likeliness is that's one of them. Red raspberry, child. It's been around for centuries. We know this, right? And I used to drink red raspberry leaf tea like it was going out of style. And it didn't. It didn't do it. I'm sorry. I think red raspberry is great for girls who have mild imbalances, or maybe for somebody who like has, yeah, mild imbalances. I'm going to use that because when you have like straight up estrogen dominance and you have fibroids and your body's raging, raspberry, she's not strong enough. I'm sorry, like it didn't do it for me. Isn't broccoli a dim substitute? Okay, so dim is something that's made in your body from breaking down broccoli and other cruciferous vegetables. So yes and no. Have not, please go over and watch my video about dim. Y'all, I got a whole video about dim. Go watch it. But yes, you could just eat more broccoli. However, you'd have to eat a ton of broccoli to get the concentration of dim that out of a supplement. So I would rather you try to replace it with something else that is really good at liver detoxification, like the calcium D-glucarate, or if you want to go the most natural way, dandelion. I bought a huge bag of red raspberry leaves. Try it. I mean, the red raspberry might work for you. Don't waste it. Definitely try it. But girl, she. I would rather drink blue vervain than red raspberry. So I'm gonna start wrapping this up, girls, because we've been chatting, we've been talking. I love this. This is so fun. I think I'm gonna do another one of these lives probably this week. Maybe we'll aim for some day during the week. I don't know what works for you all. I may post a what do you call that, child? I probably need to eat lunch. A vote. Cast a little vote for you all to see what time and day works for a live for you guys, because I think I'm gonna go live in the evening next time. And yes, blue vervain. I'm gonna answer another question here. So I have your 5-day meal plan and was curious if you ate okay-ish other 2 days, not get too crazy, of course. Okay, so that highly depends on where. Oh my God, welcome. I'm so, girl, we've been on this live for an hour and a half. A little bit over an hour and a half. We've been talking. But okay, so eating cheat days. It really, really depends where you are in your journey. If I'm being very honest with you, Miss Ma'am, if you are in the beginning, you ain't got no days off. No, for real. If you're in the beginning, you really need to lean into your diet. You really need to do your very best to eat super healthy. You can. Now, with that being said, yes, of course, there's always room for leniency in there. I have a video where I talk about this on my channel. I talk about balance. That video is up there. Please watch it. But so the other 2 days a week, 5 days a week, like I told y'all, 5 days a week, we're strict. We're in there. We're on it. We're locked in. The other 2 days in the beginning of my journey really still looked like me eating healthy. Mid-journey, I started cheating a little bit because, in the beginning, I had PTSD. I was like, oh my God, I don't want to eat anything that's bad. I don't feel my progress. But mid-journey, I started to like eat a few things, do a little whatever. Not terribly so, okay? Not terribly so. I was still thinking about inflammation. So please do keep in mind when you eat something that's not optimal for your body, you still could be contributing to your inflammation by eating, So portion control, major when you are cheating, okay? Portion control. Have your friend, have your boyfriend, whoever, your mama, whoever you're eating with, if you are dining with somebody, have them order something that you really taste. I know they tired of me manipulating. Like, yeah, you order that. And just eat a little bit. Yeah, you can. But at the beginning of your journey, please try to be as strict as possible. Because if you're not doing it, you're not getting results. You know what I mean? Like, if you're not consistent, it's only going to derail your own progress. So that's really that. Yes, girl, I'm always honest. How did you cut sugar out of your life? I'm craving it. Okay. Well, I say that it took time because I was keto for a really long time, right? So being low carb really conditioned me already to not eat a lot of sugar. Also, when you understand how much inflammation sugar causes and how much sugar interrupts your blood sugar, you start to understand it from a perspective of, okay, I really should not eat that because this is directly going to contribute to my fibroid growth. That's how I stopped. I don't want them to grow. I'm going to do everything I can for them not to grow. So that's enough to scare me not to eat sugar. However, it did take me time if I'm like conditioning myself over years of not eating a lot of sugar because I was keto for so long. So eat simple sugars, eat a piece of fruit. If you're craving something, likeliness is you need to eat. You need to eat something that is going to satiate you and it kind of switches your brain off. It's all street and it's all hormones. It's all hormones. So, another thing that helped me, if I'm being honest too, is just not in my house. Just don't have it in your house. And that right there, that's tough because if I'm craving something so bad that I'm going to get in my car and drive to the store in the middle of the night, I don't know, I might deserve that. But no, for real, don't have it in your house. That's something that is a major thing too. But you need to eat things that are going to help you manage your blood sugar, protein, fat, fiber, because when you don't do that, that's when your blood sugar starts to spike and drop, and that's when cravings start to really affect you. Yeah. There was one more question that I wanted to answer. Yep. Honest to God, I'm the only still to this day that has really talked to blood sugar and fibroids, even though I have researched it and I have found the proof through studies say that it affects our hormone levels and our fibroids. Still, nobody talks about metabolic issues and fibroids. and it's crazy. And so that's why I keep stressing blood sugar, because it's one of those that you're probably not going to hear anybody tell you. However, has been a major, major, major key for me in my life, not only for the fibroids piece, but losing weight. You guys, y'all been asking me about the workout plan and the diet and the this, that, and the other. But in truth, it's blood sugar management that has gotten me to this fitness level. This body that I got going on, I don't even know. I'm like, I don't even know who she is. Whoa, you know, blood sugar management. Blood sugar management got me there. Yes, of course, you know, the paleo lifestyle and not eating a ton of sugar and stuff like that. But eating for blood sugar management, game changing, especially if you are in your mid, upper 30s, even 40s. Blood sugar management is essential for us for so many reasons. So it's just major hack. It really is. Okay, so you just ordered my flow and wanted to know, do you still have to take an additional iron and D? That depends. Are you deficient? Are you vitamin D deficient? Are you iron deficient? Are you anemic? That would tell you whether you need to take an extra on top of that. We were talking about it early in the chat. I don't know if you were here. I have them here because we were talking about it. I still take an extra D because I know I struggle with this, especially now living in Houston and not Florida. I take an extra D, but I don't take an extra iron right now, right? So I used to take an extra iron in the beginning of this because I was still super, super anemic. So that's your body, okay? So you need to probably get a panel and make sure that to see where you are. That's why I did that video to talk about actually getting your blood run so that you can see where you are, because you don't want to be taking extra supplements that you don't need. You're just going to pee it out. Your body doesn't use it. And it's also a waste of money, if I'm being honest. Okay, melons. You eat a lot of melons. She said, on the topic of glucose levels, I eat a lot of melons. Do you have to restrict the amount of melons you eat? Melons have sugar. Even though melons are amazing for us, along with own fruit like apricots, peaches, cherries, melons are amazing. However, on that piece of blood sugar management, you need to make sure that you're balancing that with fat and fiber and protein. To eat sugar is not good no matter what source it's coming from, okay? So maybe throw a couple almonds in there with the melons. If you eat meat, some cured meats like, you know, prosciutto, or if you eat that, or a turkey meat or something like that. Almonds, turkey, melon. That would be a lot more balanced, because then you've got some protein, some fat, and some fiber. Okay? So, yeah. What do I normally eat instead of bread? I eat Ezekiel bread, sprouted grain bread. Okay, so if you are both anemic and vitamin D deficient, then yes, ma'am, especially on the vitamin D point. We were just talking about which vitamin Ds we use. Now trying the Dr. Berg. I've tried many different vitamin Ds in the past 2 years, but I'm now using this D3 and K2 from Dr. Berg because it includes two with it. You need the K2 in order for the D3 to absorb properly. Really, really super important. Yes, vitamin C is also very important. And that, okay, so the liquid iron that I was telling you about has some herbs and some vitamin C in there, the Floridix. All right, y'all. My phone about to die. What do you normally eat instead of bread? I answered that. Watermelon, definitely blood sugar too much. Yeah. Yeah, you just have to portion control. Portion control, girls, always. I'm plant-based, so the nut suggestion is appreciated. Absolutely. Yes, ma'am. Is it possible to shrink very large fibroids like that of a 7-month pregnancy? My doctor says it would have been possible if it was smaller, but with the size, myomectomy is my best option. Okay, so this is really, really super critical right now, okay? Berries with nuts is a good snack. Sorry, this is really important. First things first, are your fibroids pressing on any vital organs? Are they pressing on anything? Are they impeding anything? That's really important for you to assess. If you are not having bowel obstruction, if you are not having like obstructions and they're not impeding anything and it's not like life or death, okay? I would really, if it were me, like I told them earlier, surgery is last resort in my book. I would highly recommend you really lock in for 90 whole days with your diet, your working out or walking, whatever, but you must move your body. You must get your heart rate up, whatever you choose to do, whatever you got to do, swim, I don't know, lock in, okay? Anti-inflammatory. Try something that is anti-inflammatory. Blood sugar management, girl, major, especially when you're, sorry, I keep hitting my mic, especially when your fibroids are really large, okay? Oh, yeah, your legs. So that's really important. You need to look and see if it's a vein. They need to do an MRI to see what is impeding because this is going to tell you how much you have. If you don't have a ton of time, you don't want to risk it, and your doctor feels comfortable with the fact that it's not life-threatening, try natural. You know, like I said, lock in with all the things, stress management, hormone balancing. You need to, liver detoxification, really, really super important. You would also need your doctor to probably run some hormone panels, see where your hormones are, see where your vitamin D is, see where your iron is, see where your cortisol, and then really lock in. If you feel like it's not possible to do that for 90 days, just get the surgery and then start over. It is the last thing that I would ever consider if I had this to do all over again, but you're not gonna know, try. And that's really the thing. But you have to be responsible in that if it's something that is dire right now, then you need to really consider the surgery. But if you have 90 days, even if you have 60 days, I really recommend you locking in and really, really trying to affect those fibroids. Hey, Nashville, Miss Nashville. I don't know if I heard the answer to my question of the amount of 3 and K2. Oh, okay. Yeah, we talked about that several times in the live so far. So obviously I can't tell you what you should be tell you what I've taken. I have done anywhere between 5 and 10,000 IUs. I see ladies in the comments saying they took. Can y'all hear me? My audio is choppy. It's because I'm moving too much. see ladies talking about they have taken 20,000 and up IUs. I have never taken that high. I don't know anything about that. However, I have seen some doctors say that it is safe for you to like really high therapeutic doses of D3, but K2 is essential to have with that. And I don't know the ratio. Okay, so I can't answer that, but I can say that at 5,000 IU has 50 micrograms K2. I know you don't need to take nearly as much K2 as you do D3, okay? That I do know. But for me, even in the beginning of my fibroid journey when they were the largest, I never took 1,000 IUs, okay? Thank y'all, because I be moving around and I be all up in here with it. Okay, so is it possible to shrink within 60, 90 days? They actually degenerated last month. Congratulations. So, yes, to answer your question, I started seeing a reduction in mine in 90 days. Yes. Yeah. It was a strict 90 days looking in. Yes, ma'am. You are so very welcome. Child, I've been on this live for 1,000 years. If they ain't gonna kick me off, I ain't gonna get off. But my phone is about to die. So we got about 15%. We got 15% and then I gotta go. This has been really fun though. I think I told the girls earlier that I think I'm gonna do a live sometime this week in the evening because I know y'all got jobs, y'all work. I'll do a poll on my community post on YouTube to see what day and work for you all. And I'm on Central Standard Time, which is weird for me because I've lived my life for the past decade on Eastern Standard Time. So but for the ladies that are new in here, please go and sign up for my email list on my website, hotgirlhealthjourney.com. I don't know how to post that in the chat because I don't know how to work this. Miss Melissa, I'm just answering you all. I'm answering you verbally. I'm not putting anything in the chat because I don't know how. You guys are so welcome. So very welcome. I'm here for you. I do everything that I can to help to affect this community. And we deserve better. We deserve better than what we have been given, truthfully. It's been a really rough time for a lot of us. Not gonna lie. And the crazy thing is that everybody who has fibroids doesn't have the experience of heavy bleeding and pain and all the things. But for us that do, woo, it's rough. And so we deserve to have advocates. You know, we deserve to have somebody out here that is looking out for us. And as I mentioned in the very beginning of this live, what brought me here to this live about how my channel is being shadow banned. I've been talking too much. I'm telling too much truth. But I am going to, let's do 3 more questions and then I'm gonna close the live out because my phone is dying, y'all, and I need to eat lunch. I've been on for a minute and I'm talking about blood sugar. I ain't even got no snacks. I'm slipping. You started having heavy when your fibroids were the size of a lemon. Yep, same. I think mine were the size of like a small, like a lime size when I started to like have some troubles. Where do you get your blue vervain? Okay, so I have a supply of dry blue vervain because when I lived in Florida, one of my neighbors grew it wild. She was from Barbados or Lucia, one of those, and she actually had blue vervain in her garden, and so I have it dried. But try, hold on, let me look, because there's a place that I buy herbs from. And I trust. But I don't remember the name. Where on earth? Hold on, y'all. I'm gonna find it. I think I might have linked it in the comments of my top 10 herbs video. Let's go there and see. Macaroon, blah, 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 blue. Well, I do know that one of the tinctures from Wish Garden Herbs has blue vervain in it, and that's what I'm currently using. But one of these, God, there was a site that I used to buy like loose dried herbs from, and it is escaping me, and I'm so sorry. However, PMS Emotional Support from Wish Garden Herbs, I don't have it in here. It's in my kitchen. It's from this brand, Wish Garden Herbs. They have a blue vein tincture. It's called PMS Mood Support, and it's a liquid if that's even more convenient for you. If I find the name of the dried herb company down in my underneath this video. I'm sorry, but try Wish Garden Herbs. I love Wish Garden Herbs. Thank you much. I really do appreciate that, y'all. When y'all send me nice comments, I'll be crying. Because I argue with so many people every day. Like, it's so nice to see the people that appreciate the time and the energy and the care that I really do have for this community, because I be arguing. Online source, and they've been out for, yeah, there's a lot of, oh girl, there's a lot of natural herb sources that I've ordered from for the last 2 years that are unable to source right now. So there's something going on. Star West? No, it's not called Star West. I don't know what the name of it is, and it's really killing me. Thank you. I really appreciate that encouragement, you all, because like I said, I be going through it too, y'all. You know, it's being online is not easy. And when you're like a soul person like I am, and you're very like into the natural and the healing, the internet is not friendly. It's not a friendly place. The internet wants us to conform. You know what I mean? And even what I'm going through now, having my channel shadow banned, it's just another sign that like the internet does not want us to heal. It just, the powers that be, you know, that kind of thing, doesn't want us to find answers in nature. And it's crazy because everything that we go through, I guarantee you there's something natural that can assist you with that. And why they make it so difficult to find these things, obviously, we know. It's such a shame. But the feedback, the positive feedback from you all is like, it just really confirms that I need to, you know what I mean? Look, y'all, I didn't almost drunk all my tea. I'm on the tea. Any more questions? Anybody? I wonder if it's the same one that I usually, I don't know. A specific type of water that I drink. Ooh, that's a very good question. In the beginning of this journey, I used to drink only alkaline water. Major on the alkaline water. And then there started being reports saying that a lot of the waters that we think are alkaline are not. And one of the ones that I really love was on that list, and it disappointed me deeply. So now I drink spring water or I drink filtered water. I'm not big on bottled water. Bottled water, I think it's really terrible for the earth, and I hate it. All the bottled water is crazy. So I really try not to do bottled water. And if I do bottles, I do glass. Saratoga, I think, is one of the ones in Mountain Valley. It's not the cheapest water ever, but it's so good. It's so good. The taste difference is there, and I do feel a difference when I drink it nowadays. And apparently it's supposed to be naturally alkaline. I don't know if that's true. But I do drink those, especially Spring Valley, now that I found a grocery store that carry it. Lip liner, lip gloss. Y'all know I love makeup. Wait, let me see something. Oh, here we go. This right here, 90% of the time I have this. Fenty, this is the Gloss Bomb in Hot Heat. This is like my third one. And I put this over my lip liner to magnify the brownness. It is like, I usually wear two different gloss, like whatever color I'm gonna wear, and this. Lip liner, I have a ton of lip liner. Obviously, I've been trying to switch to like cleans of lip liner, and that's difficult for us dark skinned women. I'm just gonna be honest with you. It's really difficult. Sometimes I use eyeliner, but Fenty has some lip liners that I like. Their lip liners are nice. They're a little bit more on the pricey side for a liner. They're good. I also use Morphe lip liner. Anytime you see me with more of like a reddish, I'm using Date Night. And the brown lip liner, I can't remember the name of. I stopped buying MAC lip liner like ages ago. But how many? We could also do a live on clean makeup. I can gather up some of my clean makeup and we could talk about it. I started to get, yeah, Mountain Valley's bomb. Yeah, okay, so I looked at the home delivery for it, and it is a little expensive. It's expensive, y'all. But it's really good water. I don't know. Do I know of a natural way to dye hair? I tried to dye my hair with henna once or twice. I have some very, very, very aggressive gray. And I haven't found a natural way to cover them yet. So I just go a really long time in between dyeing it. I try not to because it is so not good for the endocrine system, y'all. Okay, so pineapple, I believe, works on inflammation, but has a lot of sugar. Would you advise taking pineapple, oranges, watermelon, mangoes, pawpaw as they have sugar? Okay, no, you need to eat fruit, just in moderation. I eat pineapple. I love pineapple. I actually used to have an allergy to pineapple, and I was not able to eat pineapple for most of my life. And I'm eating pineapple. It really does. The bromelain in there really is helping my gut. I need it. I cannot live with pineapples. You just need to eat it in moderation, and or like I told the young lady earlier on melons, pair it with some protein and fiber, and that's best. But moderation. Okay, yeah, we'll do a clean makeup live. That's cool. That's actually, we could do a clean makeup live, and we could also do skincare if y'all want it. Whatever. I'm down for it all. I'm down for all the things. But yes, I have very much enjoyed doing this live. It has been so fun. Oh, my skincare. You know, I uploaded a skincare video. I just did a skincare video, a whole skincare routine, y'all. I think it was last month or the month before. Okay, did you guys see this book? Let me screenshot that. I'm like an old lady. Okay, yes, please do check out my skincare video. See, with the shadow banning, what's happening is my videos are not reaching you all. So I have so many, I have like 50 different videos on my channel. So sometimes you just have to go straight to my channel and go through. But she said there's a book she wanted to share, and it's called What Your Doctor May Tell You About Menopause. It talks a lot about fibroids and progesterone and estrogen. Screenshotted it, and I'm gonna look it up and try to order it and read it because I need to see. Thank you so much for recommending that. And I go, you guys, because my phone is dying. It's been so amazing talking to y'all, spending my Sunday afternoon with you guys. I love you guys so very much, and I appreciate you for watching this live video, for tuning in from wherever you are. One of the girls said she was driving, child. She had to pull over. Hey. I love to see it. Thank you so much, Hope. Thank you. Thank you, Ellie. So good that you're on the chat. I appreciate you so much for tuning in. You're my girl. Thank you, Kenya. I'll see you guys this week. Please go over to my website, Hot Girl Health Journey. Sign up for my email list for the newsletter. And yes, make sure that you guys go over and check out my channel and look at some of the videos because they are suppressing the videos, okay? They are not going to show you the videos. Y'all going to have to go over there, and I'm going to have to every single time I have one. So lots of love. Enjoy your Sunday, girls. My website, hotgirlhealthjourney.com. And when this live ends, inside of the comments and in the description, I will put it down there for you as well. So make sure you go check it out. I love you guys.